Hello, today is June 22nd, and here is a long-awaited greenhouse update. Some things may look a little bit different, some things you may not understand why they are where they are. Quite a few things, especially mainly in my raised beds, have come in, I've harvested, and they've been taken out, and other things have been planted. So I'm just going to do a run through what I have in the beds right now, as well as the center section and along the right hand or the north wall. This is some kale that I actually transplanted last night, which is why it's looking a little bit wilted. I've been keeping the water on it. It'll come back probably by tomorrow. It should all be standing up. If you remember, this is where I had all my radishes, and they actually did quite well. Here I have some rows, 3 rows of spinach, another row of radishes in the back, and here's some Hosey Min mustard. Here are the green beans, or I shouldn't say green beans, the bush beans. If you can remember from before, I had them here, and if you look down in there, there's tons of flowers, there's tons of little beans, and there's actually some beans, there we go, that are getting to be harvest size. The market is in 3 days, so I'm hoping some of these are big enough that I can harvest and take to the market. Moving along here, second planting of radishes. I harvested the first section for market last week, and these are all looking pretty good. See if I can get you down in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Remember, this is where I had there was lettuce, and there was also originally bok choy here, I think, unless that was down there. But in any case, I replanted more bok choy from seed, actually from seedlings that I had started. And these things, so they're doing well. They seem to bolt very fast with this heat. These here are called tatsoi, similar to a bok choy, but they don't bolt. They haven't seemed to be affected by the heat. So, I mean, the bugs are getting at them a little bit, but I'll be taking these to market this week. And here I have some Swiss chard in the Swiss chard bed that I had before. And here is my volunteer tomato. Look how big it is. And look at that flower cluster down in there. Moving along, here's still the mustard green bed. Behind there are some beets. The Mizuna still coming back. It comes back less and less every week. This probably will be the last week that I have for that, and I'll rip it out and plant some more. And here I have a small bed of carrots. This is where I had my broccoli and cauliflower. The broccoli has all been ripped out except a few plants. The bugs have been getting at it. It's these caterpillars, which I think might be the cabbage moth that are in their, caterpillar stage. But in any case, they're not affecting anything else because these are the only cole crops or the brassicas that I have in here. But what I have left is some cheddar, cauliflower, and back here I have some graffiti, which is purple, but they're not heading up yet. But the yellow ones, I have quite a few. Hopefully some of those will be ready. And I also have some Minuteman cauliflower down in there. That head's about 4 inches across, looking real nice. And here I have one of the last broccoli plants with a nice head on it. Moving down the line here, this is the last bit of the second planting of lettuce that I have. I actually ripped quite a bit of this out yesterday. Again, it takes a lot of time to do this stuff while hurt, if you saw my last video. So things are not moving along as I should. Same thing with weeding, so please keep those comments to yourself. Alright, moving down along the line here, I had a whole bunch of weeds. But here I do have a couple broccoli and one cauliflower there that are heading up, so I'm just going to let them finish. As you can see, these are all the weeds. I basically ripped out all the weeds and anything that was with it. And here is some, one of my gardening friends from California. She sent me these. These are actually pink popcorn corn seeds. And the corn's doing well. Hopefully I get something off of that. That'd be neat. And the same person sent me, these are called feisty peas. They're actually, they're going to be, I don't know if you can see that down there, they're going to start flowering any day. And and luckily they're actually growing up on the weeds, so that works out well. But I think they have a spicy pea taste to them. I'll let you know once I harvest them. And also some more beets. And then here, there's nothing here. I actually ripped out a whole bunch. This is where the kale came from, as well as some onions, which I'll show you when we go back up top. And here's the second planting of mustard green. Again, doing really well. Mustard green last week, I didn't sell one bunch. But I have a couple here that I can harvest these. I'll harvest the singular leaves, bunch them up, maybe 6 or 7 leaves to a bunch, and I sell them for $1.50 a piece. Can't beat that. Then here I have some spinach that I've actually weeded this, and I've harvested this last week, and then this is a section that I haven't been able to weed yet. Now we're at the end of the greenhouse, and just to look out, these are my hops that I have growing. They're doing well. I'll update you on those in another video. Now we're at the west end of the greenhouse. As you can see, all my tomatoes that I have in here are all strung up to the center purlin here, or ridge purlin, whatever you want to call it. And I actually have these ones strung up about 2.5 feet next to it. Instead of having them all go to the center one, because once they get tight up there, they're going to be too tight, and this works out a lot better. All the tomatoes though, I'll hit the peppers in a second. They're flowering. This is, let's see what this variety is called. This is a black cherry. Now, my last video I know I made, I think was 3 weeks ago. So compare the height on that at that time to this height. Everything is growing really, really well. The next step I have to do with these is I have to take off more of these lower branches, roll the bags up, and add more soil. Some of them are doing quite well with the soil that I have here, the level. But then I have some of them, and I could say, I'm going to jump around here, but look at the fruit set on that already. Everything's flowering, everything's looking real good. And as you can see, as we get up further, some of these, the leaves are curling. This is just one variety. The variety is called Kosovo. I don't remember them curling like this last year, but they're still putting on flowers and they're still growing. So I don't know if it's because of the lack of soil. I really don't think so, because then here's one right next to it and it looks perfectly fine, same amount of soil. But in any case, the next step eventually, we're going to roll these bags up more, cut some more of the lower branches off, and add more soil to allow the roots to grow a bit more. But they're all growing quite well. Like you can see a little tomato down in there. There's a larger one over there, if you can see that. They're all doing quite well. And then again, you got tomatoes all the way up through. Now the peppers, last time I think you saw them, they were all down here, and they've all grown considerably actually. If you, just for comparison, this is the ghost pepper that I had from another, or excuse me, is this the ghost pepper? No, that's not the, where's the ghost pepper? I have one, here it is. It was only this tall a few weeks ago, and look how high it is now. I know it's not a good perspective, but that's close to 2 feet, probably about 18 inches of actual growth. But all the other peppers, I'm not going to walk all the way down there, but they're doing good. They're all grouped by type, which is why some of them look a little bit different. These are actually my Caribbean Red, my Super Hots. They're looking quite well, and I love how they have the shiny leaves to them. And I have, you said, cayenne, I have bell peppers. The bell peppers are up here, cayenne peppers are here. The ones that are noticeable right now are my hot Hungarian wax. So you can see how many pods are setting in there. Look at that. I know it's, you know, the more you pick, the more they make. But I want to let these get real nice and yellow, and actually maybe even start turning red before I try to sell them. And over here are some of the cayenne peppers. And just see down there, look at the size of that cayenne pepper. That's nice. And they're just loaded with flowers. Now we're getting into the cucumber section. This is a later planting. These are all later plantings here. And again, they're strung up to a string that I have attached to the hoop. And then if you come down to here, these are the early ones that I had. And you can see how tall they are already. If you subtract the height of the bag, these are probably about 38, close to 40 inches. And I've already harvested a couple cucumbers off of this. But look at that. This is a variety called Calypso, which is a pickling cucumber. And like I said, I've harvested a few off of here already, but they're coming on quite well. There's a little one right there. It'd be nice to have some of these to take to market this week, because I guarantee you no one else is going to have field cucumbers at this point. And here I have the mint. If you can remember what the mint used to look like, it's looking really nice. Same thing with the green onions. And here I have, actually these are 2 okra. And then look at that eggplant. You remember what that looked like 3 weeks ago? It looks incredible now. Then here I got more cucumbers. Again, I'm doing succession planting with cucumbers, that way I'll have them all season long. And down here I have some more tomatoes, and I have a couple straggling seedlings left that I've been taking to market trying to sell. If you can look, if you see out there on the table, I have 3 flats of seedlings that I'll be taking to market. This will probably be the last week, and then once I take them, and if they don't sell, I'll plant them in the garden. So stay tuned, and I'll be having a garden update video soon. Thanks for watching.